Welcome to Echoes of Empire, where we bring the forgotten stories of Britain's past back to life. Picture this, an island shrouded in mist, its forests echoing with the drums of forgotten tribes. The people of ancient Britain lived in scattered kingdoms, proud, fierce, and free. Their faces painted in blue, their spirits untamed. But across the narrow sea a power was stirring, vast, unstoppable, and forged in blood. The Roman Empire, a machine that had crushed nations and written its name across 3 continents. And now, its gaze turned toward Britain. The year is 43 AD. Emperor Claudius, seeking glory and control, commands his legions to march on the island the Romans once feared to touch. Tens of thousands of soldiers step onto British soil, their sandals sinking into cold mud, their armor gleaming beneath gray skies. The roar of their war horns cuts through the wind. The empire had arrived. The Celtic tribes gather to resist, warriors with wild hair and burning eyes carrying iron swords and ancient pride. But against the Roman machine, chaos met precision. The Romans built bridges in days, fortresses in weeks, and carved roads straight through forests that had stood for centuries. Their banners, the golden eagles, shone like fire through the fog. To the Britons it felt like the sky itself was falling. Yet from the ashes of conquest rose a name that would echo through time: Boudicca, Queen of the Iceni. Her kingdom had been promised peace under Roman rule. But peace turned to betrayal. Her husband killed, her daughters violated, her land stolen. Rome had expected submission. What they got instead was fire. Boudicca united tribe after tribe, raising an army of more than 100,000 warriors. Her chariots thundered across the fields, her hair flowing like flame, her voice calling for vengeance. They struck fast and mercilessly. Camulodunum, Colchester, burned. Londinium, London, fell to ashes, and Roman settlers fled in terror. For a moment Britain was free again, and Rome trembled. But the empire's revenge was swift. The 9th Legion was annihilated, but soon after the 14th and 20th Legions marched back with brutal precision. The rebellion ended in rivers of blood. Boudicca vanished. Some say she took her own life, others believe she fell in battle. But her legend was immortal. Even Rome couldn't kill her spirit. After the fires faded, Rome began to rebuild, not with mercy but with mastery. They transformed wild Britain into a province of empire. Straight roads replaced forest trails. Fortresses became towns: Londinium, Verulamium, Eboracum. Temples rose, baths steamed, and markets buzzed with traders from across the known world. For the first time, Britain was connected, from the southern ports to the northern hills. Roman law brought structure, Roman currency brought trade, and Roman architecture brought beauty. They built Hadrian's Wall, a monumental line of stone stretching across the north, the edge of empire separating civilization from the unknown. Latin mixed with the native tongue, shaping the roots of future English. To many, Rome brought peace, the Pax Romana, but beneath it the Celtic spirit never truly died. Centuries passed. Rome's power began to fade. Legions were recalled to defend the heart of the empire. The walls that once kept enemies out now stood silent, crumbling in the wind. Without Rome's protection, Britain was left exposed to raids, invasions, and chaos. The villas emptied, the roads cracked, and the great Roman baths grew cold. But in that collapse came something unexpected: freedom. The Britons, shaped by centuries under Roman rule, now carried its legacy forward. They had learned the art of building, ruling, and surviving. Rome had fallen, but its shadow stretched across the centuries, guiding Britain into the age that would come next: kings, castles, and crowns. Even today, traces of Rome live all around us. The straight roads that cut through the countryside, the cities that still follow Roman maps, the laws that echo Roman justice. Britain didn't just inherit Rome's ruins, it inherited its discipline, resilience, and ambition. The Roman conquest was not just a story of power, it was a story of transformation. An island that was once divided became unified under empire, and later rose from its ruins to forge an identity that would one day rule an empire of its own. The conquerors are gone, but their imprint remains, carved deep into Britain's soul.
From conquest to rebellion, from fire to civilization, this is how the Roman Empire shaped Britain. A story of courage and control, betrayal and rebirth, where the fall of one empire sowed the seeds of another. This was Echoes of Empire. Subscribe for more untold stories from the heart of Britain's history.